Oh, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are brothers on tennis. And folks, we are here. We are at the second Grand Slam of 2025, Roland Garros. Other people call it the French Open, but we're gonna be formal and call it Roland Garros like this, Roland Garros. Bryce, man, what is going on? What's good, man? Are you ready for this second Grand Slam of the year?
Like you said, man, I cannot believe that it is already here. And because we've had drama leading up to this Roland Garros. I mean, whether it's upsets, whether it's people being other people's pigeon, whether it's, so, some new names we're talking about. I am really looking forward to this tournament to get kicked off, and we got some thoughts about it.
Absolutely, brother. We got some good thoughts, and it's always fun doing this pre-show. Always throwing our predictions out there. It's such a fun process, and it's always nice to see when we're absolutely right and when we're kind of like ooh. Um,
Right.
and this one, I tell you, Bryce, I don't know about you, but it just seems. I don't know. It's going to be a very, very interesting Roland Garros, in my opinion. I still feel like there's some surprise things that may end up popping off, but regardless of that, we are here.
Yes. And as a reminder to our viewers and our listeners, the way we typically do these preview shows is we start off by giving you on both the men's draw and the women's draw what we call our first round popcorn matches. And what that means is, for some particular reason, and we'll explain why, it's a first round matchup that we feel like you want to sit down on your couch with a bucket of popcorn and really get into it. So we'll share with you guys what we feel those matches are for this year. And then we'll transition into making our actual predictions, where we will talk about who we think will make the quarterfinals all the way through holding up the trophy at the end of the year. At the end of the tournament. So, like Isaac said, sometimes we're spot on. Other times it's like, boy, what were you thinking? So we like to share that with you. So please feel free in the comments to agree, disagree, let us know your thoughts as we prepare to start this tournament in a couple of days.
That's right. That's right. And Bryce, I don't know about you, but this was really interesting in regards to popcorn matches because typically every year it's like, we go through the draw and there's like so many that it's like, oh my God, we got so many popcorn matches that it's really hard. You have to kind of scale it down.
Right.
I don't know about you, but this year, I don't know that I had that problem. I really only had about 10 on the men's side, and literally I have 6 on the women's side as far as popcorn matches. So that's really strange in my opinion.
That's
What about
funny.
you?
I'm similar, and I was trying really hard not to pick matches that maybe like personally I thought like I had a little bit of interest. I mean, I
Right.
wanted to pick matches that I felt everybody might have some interest in. So
Right.
to match what you're saying for the men, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. One
And for
more.
the women, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So one more than me. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This was
So
a really surprising one, but I imagine that because of that, we're going to have some really creative or very interesting second and third round matchups
right.
because of the fact that, you don't have a lot of people that are at risk of going out in the first round or early. So
Correct.
that could be a good thing.
Right.
So,
So let's do it, Isaac. Let's
yeah.
jump on in. Let's start with the men because
Yes.
that's our longer list here.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I'll let you start it off. Go ahead.
Well, the first one I saw that initially, for me, it's one that, again, like you said, the personal, but I actually think it could be a good matchup, although I would be shocked if who I think is going to win doesn't win. And
Mm.
that's the Arthur Fils versus Nicholas Jari matchup. Because
Ooh.
Jari is a really, I mean, again, I feel like right now he's underperforming because he's
Mhm.
always sort of been my Del Potro-ish type of guy. He's got that big
Right.
old forehand, big game and everything. And we know Arthur Feast. Arthur Feast is just doing big things right now.
Yeah, he is.
And he's showing up, he's showing out. I mean, he did lose to that Komen Sana person that I don't know a lot about, which to me is still a very shocking loss. But I just marked it down only because, like I said, I know Jerry has the capability, but will he get it done? I don't think so. But I still wanted to just flag that one because I know for me personally, I will be watching that match.
Okay. I actually saw that match. I didn't capture it as a popcorn match only because I still have a little PTSD from a couple of years ago when I picked Jerry to make it to the semifinals of Roland Garros. So,
Yo.
I still got some things to say to Mr. Nicholas.
Yes.
So, so I left him off my popcorn list.
Gotcha. How about you, brother? Back to you.
The first one I had actually was Herkic against Fonseca.
Okay. I have that one in highlights, big old gold. That is popcorn. Absolutely. Go ahead, brother.
Well, Herkic, we know he has a big game. It seems like he's trying to round his game out a little bit now. He's been kind of off the slide a little bit lately, but when you got a game like he does, he can bring it on any given day. And when you're like Fonseca and you can just hit the felt off the ball on every shot, you have a shot in every match that you play. So it kind of depends on who's on that day for me as to who might take that match.
And what's really great about that matchup, Bryce, is right now Fonseca, we haven't seen him a bunch. So hopefully he's off getting, training and building his game. Because again, folks, he's like 18 years old, really ridiculously talented. And on the flip side, you've got Hubie, who's actually in the finals. He made it to the finals of Geneva. So he and Djokovic, I think, are going to play for that title. So he's apparently in good form. So that is the definition of a popcorn match, folks. It's going to be good. Do not miss that one. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, I had that one down as well. That one was, that one I put like in gold stars because that is the definition of popcorn.
Is that one going to have hot butter on it?
Oh, hot butter. Yes. I might throw some Cajun up on it too. I'm trying to tell you.
I love it.
So another one that I had was, this is, I have Zverev versus Lerner Tien. I fully expect for Zverev to win that match. But at the same time, Lerner Tien is proving to be a very creative player, a baller. He is from the U.S., and I really feel like if he's on top of his game, he can give Zverev some trouble. And I think that he will stretch Zverev potentially to 4, if not 5 sets. Now, again, I do still feel like Zverev will pull out the match, but I honestly think this will be a really, really good matchup between those two. What are your thoughts, Bree?
I captured that one as well. And Leander's not going to be scared because remember, earlier this year, he beat Zverev in Acapulco.
That's right.
6-3, 6-4.
That's right.
Great sets. Now, granted, that was on hard court, but he's going to go in with confidence that I'm 1-0 against Zverev. He needs to change something. My game is good.
Right.
So I captured that one as well.
Nice. Very good. Very good. What's your next one, brother?
The next one is I might actually be calling this upset. And y'all might think I'm a hater and all that.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
But I think Arnaldi is going to take FAA out.
Yeah. I have that one here.
I'm sorry. I just, FAA has been playing a little better, but I don't think he's playing well enough, and I don't think his confidence is high enough. Arnaldi ain't scared of nobody.
Right.
He'll go out there and put the ball in on you. So, I'm calling that an upset. First round upset.
And Arnaldi has a win against Djokovic this year, albeit it was not on clay because he actually just got beat by Djokovic on clay, but still he has beat Djokovic. So his confidence is nice. He's not afraid of anybody. He's a great Italian player. We know all these Italians are just on the rise. And I just think that his countrymen are motivating him. So I absolutely agree with you. And right now, before we started this podcast, I believe Rublev was drubbing up Felix in the. I know he beat him 6-1 in that first set. That's all I'm gonna say. So with that being said, Felix is just, like I said, we love Felix, but he's just very much up and down these days. Not sure when his game is actually going to always be there for him. And so I agree with you, Bryce. I actually think that one will be an upset. So, I mean, Felix prove us wrong, but we'll see what happens.
Right.
Yeah. So, Bryce, the next one I have is, of course, our boy Medvedev, and he'll be playing against Cam Norrie. So I have that one as popcorn, only because Cam is pretty good on clay. And we know Medvedev has definitely improved on clay. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting. I feel like that one will be interesting. Now, Norrie, of course, just lost to Djokovic in this Geneva tournament, but he played well. He's trying to find his game again. He's fallen really far in the rankings, but I still feel like that's a pretty decent first round popcorn match. What about you, bro?
I have it captured as well, and I'm leaning towards Medvedev, not just because I love Medvedev, but also I think this is one of those examples of where I think best of five, kind of gives him a bit of an edge. I don't see Norrie over best of five beating him. Here. If it was best of three, a little bit of a different story, but I think Medvedev, because of this, and in best of five, he'll figure it out in the first round. Medvedev, he may not have had the greatest year so far, but he's not trying to go out in the first round of Roland Garros.
No, I agree with you 100% with that. Yeah, agree. All right.
So my next one is it might be a little bit of a stretch, but I picked Cerundolo against Diallo.
Oh, interesting.
And because Diallo's been playing, he's had a pretty good year. Once again, like what you were saying about, I think it was a Zverev match, you expect him to win.
Yeah.
I expect for Cerundolo to win. He's too consistent, that forehand. But Diallo has a big game.
He does. He's big boy.
And it's another one of those type of situations where if he's on that day, Cerundolo's backhand is attackable.
Yeah.
And there could be an opportunity there. So I want to keep one of my good eyes on there and see how that match comes out in the first round.
I feel you on that one. That's a good one. I actually did not note that, but I like the fact that you did, because you're right. Diallo is having a really, really good season. So he's confident right now, which is a really good thing. The one that I had next was RBA versus Rune. Understandably, RBA clay actually, for him to be a Spaniard, it's actually not his best surface. But I still feel like RBA is just a competitor. He knows how to get out there and fight. And I just think that with that, you've got Rune, who I haven't really seen out there playing. He hasn't, so we're not sure if he has good form right now or not. So I just honestly feel like that one will be a very interesting matchup, because if Rune does not come on top of his game, RBA will get that victory. He will get that W. Yep. So I really am curious about that particular first round match.
I had that captured as well, and have the same thoughts that you do. I don't know what headspace Rune is in right now, and that's going to, I think, play a big part into how this match comes out. And you're right. RBA, nothing to play with, even on his worst surface, because he's a competitor. He's a battler. He's going to go out there and he's going to run for every ball. And, and if Rune is probably the superior talent, but if he doesn't bring it that day, RBA will win.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
The next one that I had is, again, this one may have been a bit of a stretch. I really like both of these guys. It may have been a little personal. But Marcus Giron has been playing some good tennis as of late. And Griekspoor is the guy you never want to play. Just period. I think that match is, you're going to see some very long rallies. These guys are going to be going at it. Absolutely. And Griekspoor has, I think, the slightly superior game between the two, but Giron ain't going nowhere.
No.
So that could be a fun one to watch as a tennis fan.
Agree. Had that one written down as well, because like you said, I'm fans of both of those guys. I think they have similar games, although, like I said, I think Griekspoor has a little bit more power. So I give him the edge in that one. But like you said, Marcus Giron is a dog, man. He's like, listen, I'll chew him as good as anybody else. So let's
Right.
go. So good one on that one. And so reminding the folks that again, sometimes we do popcorn matches based on the potential for an upset.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, I really, really hate
I know where you're going.
I really, really do. But I'm gonna tell you what, Tiafoe better make sure he is on his game because Roman Sapulin is. I'm telling you, bro. Roman Sapulin was a top junior. He can play some ridiculously high level tennis when he is on. So if he is on that day, he will give Tiafoe fits. And when I saw that one, I was just like, I'm a little nervous for Francis because again, Francis, he looks good on clay, he plays good, but then he'll take a loss, and I'm just like, bro, what is happening? And that's what just happened, in this tournament he was in. And so all I'm saying is, Francis, please be on form, please, because Roman will knock you out first round if you don't come on that court right. And I'm gonna give it back to you, Bryce. I'm telling
you. You're dead on, and I captured that match as well. And it's not like Tiafoe is coming into Roland Garros having burned up the court. So, and Sapulin is just one of those players that you do not mess with because he's got the skill set. He may not bring it every day, but he might bring it on your day.
Exactly. Say it. You better say it because that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, I totally agree with you on that one.
Oh man.
The next one I captured, I mean, once again, I think I'm pretty positive Djokovic will win the match. But if Djokovic ain't right, Mackie McDonald ain't one to play with. All right. Mm-hmm. Mackie McDonald has shown us he knows how to pull an upset. Yeah. And he actually has those he can create those flatter type ground strokes where he hits through the ball. And if Djokovic is in that mood where he's not necessarily running for everything, he might be picking up a little dirt and, waving to the crowd, once again, people, I am not predicting Mackie McDonald to upset Djokovic in the first round, especially since he's had a good week here.
Oh, yeah.
And Geneva, right? But keep your eye on the scoreboard on that one.
Yeah, and it'll be a good matchup as well because Mackie McDonald, we love Mackie. We've met him a couple of times. He's a nice young man. And so I think that will be just a good, fun match to watch and see how he navigates what Djokovic, throws at him. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you. I had that one written down as well. I just, from a just entertainment standpoint, I definitely want to see that match. But I fully expect for Djokovic to get through it. For sure.
Me too. Yeah. Especially, and here's where, once again, when we talk about the top players, the advantage they get in these majors is that you got to beat them 3 sets.
Exactly.
Mackie has a much better shot on hard court against Djokovic in 2 out of 3.
Exactly.
On clay, best of 5, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Absolutely agree. I think the next one that I have is just because, like I said, both of them are big hitters. We got Ben Shelton versus Sonego. I love both of these guys. Sonego's just, I don't know why, but he's just one of my favorite Italians. I just like the fact that he just goes after it. He hits big. He just plays big boy tennis, and I enjoy that. And I honestly feel like that one will be a good matchup. Although I fully expect for Ben Shelton to get the W because, again, it's on clay. If it were hard court, it might get a bit more interesting, and I might lean. I would still vote for Ben, but I would give probably maybe a 55-45, whereas this one I'm thinking it's probably going to be 70-30. What about you, bro?
Yeah, I agree. I had it down. It's actually one of the better first round matchups.
Yes,
I think we have on the men's side. So
yeah.
Well, I only had one more, and my last one, and this is a personal one. Mm-hmm. So, Nava, we love Nava, up and coming American player. He's got Van de Zandschulp, in the first round, and Van de Zandschulp is the guy that we always say he will beat your favorite player.
Yes, yeah.
But he will also lose to somebody you ain't never heard of before.
That is true.
And some of y'all may not have ever heard of Nava before. So Emilio has an opportunity. I mean, it's not like he pulled Casper Ruud in the first round.
Right.
So I expect Van de Zandschulp to win because he's got all the tools in the toolbox.
Yeah.
But he doesn't always mentally come to the court.
That's the issue.
Yeah. And if he doesn't, and he's just kind of out there to, be there, Nava got a big serve, a big game, and actually some pretty good confidence. So I don't know. What do you think?
No, I agree with you. Every point that you made is spot on. I just think that with Vandy, I call him Vandy Dandy because Vandy he just mentally, I don't feel like he has achieved what he should have. I feel like he's a very talented young man that, in my opinion, has not lived up to his talent level. And again, Navarro is just, we've seen him play, we know his fam. He's just, sentimental guy, sentimental favorite for us. So I really do hope he's able to get in there and get the W. That would be big for him to get out of the first round of a Grand Slam. That would be huge. So absolutely keep my fingers crossed that he can get that victory. But we like Bandy Dandy though.
Right.
Yeah. So that's all I had as well, bro. I didn't have any others. So
wow, we always stay so locked in.
Yes.
When we do these.
Yes, we do.
And I apologize to the listeners and the viewers. I am getting over a cold, so I know I sound all nasty. Mr. Everett, if you're nasty. But I just wanted to acknowledge what you were probably going through listening to me. So
you are funny, dude.
Let's go over to the women's side.
Yes.
And I guess since I had one more than you, I'll start off.
Yes.
We probably both had this first one, even though I think I know the outcome, but it's Queenie, who we love. Love her even more that we've met her now.
Yes.
She's such a cool and good interview in person. She's playing Pavlyuchenkova, who is another one of those players that just shows up. I mean, it doesn't matter if she's been winning in the warm-ups or she's been home playing Scrabble. I mean, when she steps on the court, she's always a threat.
Exactly.
And I expect Queenie, especially with Queenie finally breaking that pigeon streak against Sabalenka recently, her confidence has to be really good. So I'm not expecting for her to lose to Pavlyuchenkova, but if Pavlyuchenkova come and is hitting that ball, you never know what might happen.
I agree with you. I think it would be closer if it were on a hard court, but the fact that it's on clay, Queenie, like you said, just got her first victory over Sabalenka. She is, she's got the gold medal from clay, winning on clay, got her the gold medal. So, and she's playing some good tennis. I mean, true enough, the match that she played against Coco, it was so back and forth, and it was all kinds of crazy. But she played Coco hard, and to me, that shows that she is in good form. She's got she's in a good mental space. I actually expect Queenie to do very well at this Roland Garros. So I agree with you. Popcorn. Right. So the next one I had, of course, I put in gold flashing stars and all this other wonderful stuff. And that's Rybakina versus Bencic. Boy, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, wee.
Yeah. Yes.
That's going to be good, bro. That's going to be good. I mean, because Rybakina has fallen off her form, but she's playing well this week. And she's in the final of the tournament that she's in. I don't know if it's Strasbourg or whatever, but she's in that final. And Bencic, Bencic is, since she's come back from maternity leave, she has been doing big things. And her game is she just knows how to work the court. And I don't know who's going to win that one, bro, but I'm excited to that one. Butter, straight butter on the popcorn. Yes, sir.
Now, help me. I may have this wrong.
Okay.
Did Sophia Kenin recently beat her 0-0? Who was that Kenin beat? Or did Kenin get beat 0-0?
Ooh, I can't remember.
Oh. I hate
Are we talking Bencic or Rybakina? I don't think either one of them has lost 0-0, though.
Bencic. I wish I had looked this up before we recorded.
I think Bencic might have been the one giving a double bagel. Now that wouldn't surprise me.
Did she beat Kenin 0-0?
I don't know, but I think it's possible.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't flip it. I definitely would not. No, Kenin ain't beating, especially somebody like Bencic.
Because Bencic recently took L that was like,
It
was
was
like
pretty.
1-1 or something from somebody, and I can't remember.
Wow.
And I shouldn't have brought it up on the recording if I didn't have the data in front of me, because they're gonna be like, these guys don't know what they're talking about.
It's
But
all good.
But anyway, so all I wanted to say is, if that did happen to Bencic, I hope she has recovered from that, because she don't need that.
No, not at all. That was gonna be a good one though.
Well, and the other one that I had as a gold star whatever matchup was Osaka and Badosa. Now I'm gonna put an asterisk by it, because if Badosa's back ain't right, it might be a short day.
Yeah.
But if she's in her full game, and Osaka, she's kind of like the female Medvedev, she used to be like just trash on clay, and now she has really improved her clay court game. Like we've always said, she's the one that almost took Iga out last year. Here. I'm going to be in front of the TV for that one.
Oh, for sure, brother. That one will be a fire match. And again, Badosa played this past week. I forget who she lost. Did she lose to Samsonova? Anyway, regardless, she at least is out there playing. So I feel like she is in good health, which is a good sign. And again, Naomi has been, coming back from her ab injury. So, but she's played and she looks like she's gotten really more comfortable on the clay. So like you said, bro, I actually think that I think it could be a very, very, very good matchup. And it really depends on who is going to be on the day, who's going to take that match. Because right now I would call it straight up 50-50. I really would. So I don't know. We'll see. But I have that one, of course, in gold as well. That one deserves butter popcorn. Yes, it does, folks. So make sure that you are sitting in front of that one. I did have the next one that I had was, and this one is tough only because I don't know what form she'll be in, but it's Muhova versus Alicia Parks. And Alicia just has a lot of game, a lot of potential. We've seen that potential, but can she deliver it at Roland Garros in the first round against Carolina Muhova? I don't know. It'll be very interesting, and that's why, again, I'm that one to me is straight up good style popcorn. If Muhova is playing anywhere close to how she typically plays, she will win that match. I think that she will throw so much variety at Alicia that she will not be able to get in her rhythm, and she will go out. But if she's not playing at that top level and Alicia comes on court with her potential, we could be looking at a potential upset. But what are your thoughts on that one, brother?
Let me make sure I phrase this correctly. First of all, I agree with everything you said, of course. But I have more confidence that Muhova will be closer to her game than Parks will be to hers. We just have not seen Alicia come show that brand of tennis that we grew to like very quickly, early in her career. Does she have the potential? Absolutely, especially if Muhova isn't right. But if I got to put my coins on one side or the other, it's definitely going to be on Muhova's side.
Yeah, I get you there, brother. Absolutely. All right, who else you got there, my man?
Well, I just wanted, and you probably saw me looking on my phone because I had to go back and try to look at it. So what I was thinking of about Kenin and Bencic is at Charleston this year, Kenin beat Bencic 0-3.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry. So it wasn't an 0-0. I think Kenin took the 0-0 then from somebody.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I think I remember that 0-0 that she took, and I can't remember who it was against. But yeah.
All right, enough talk about Kenin. So the next one that I have is just, I'm gonna call it a car wreck match. Where you can't look away. You want to look away because you feel bad for them, but
you can't.
You keep your bad eye on it. You're just like, okay. And that is, and it wouldn't be considered an upset because the seeded player is going to probably win. Freck, who is seeded 25th.
I saw that.
is playing Ans Jabeur.
Yeah.
And we love Ans and the ambassador of happiness and joy and all that kind of good stuff. But clearly has been the ambassador of Hostess Twinkies and Cupcakes these days. She just is not there with her game and with her conditioning and with everything. And we love her personally, but in terms of being a true competitive contender, not in 2025.
Yeah, I'm hoping that she's going to kind of get herself right going into Wimbledon because, again, we know how much she loves being on the grass. Clay has been a good, not great surface for her. So I just feel like hopefully she's going to be able to round into form going into Wimbledon. But I agree with you. I saw that matchup and I was like, that might be a little bit tough on Ons. But yeah, we will see. I only have one other, my man, and that was Haddad Maia against Haley Baptiste, because to me, Haley Baptiste has played some really, really strong tennis in 2025. Haddad Maia, like I said, she's just a weird one for me. I just, because to me, I feel like she should be better than she is. I mean, she's like 6 foot tall. She's got big ground strokes. But to me, she kind of plays to the level of her competition. And to me, that's why she loses a lot. And I just have never really gotten her game. So I honestly feel like this is a great opportunity for Haley Baptiste to get a nice little upset. So I'm hoping that she is able to have her game on point and goes out there and gets that W. Now, mind you, Haddad Maia is having had a pretty solid week this past week. So she's going to be coming in with some good form. But I'm just really hoping that Haley's able to get that victory. How about you, bro?
Me too. And hopefully that whole mental anguish Haddad Maia has from being dropped by Taylor Townsend, is will hang on for one more match. So that because I'd like to see Haley get a deeper run here if she can.
Absolutely.
And like you said, because she's been playing some good tennis this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I have two more, and
okay, go ahead.
Really, they just continue with the theme of following the sisters, right? That's what we do. We watch the sisters matches.
That's right.
Robin Montgomery, I really, really like her. She's had some good wins over the last year. She's playing a wild card, Perry.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey.
Why not?
Ain't nobody shaking in their boots over her. So, I mean, go out there and get that win,
Get it. Go get it. Go get your blessing.
Go get it, right?
Go get your blessing. That's right.
So, the other one is Taylor Townsend ended up getting a lucky loser spot.
That's right.
It looks like she has recovered from her concussion that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Now, the problem for Taylor is she's playing at Cochereto.
Yeah, Cochereto. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you with the Roland tongue. Look, she know how to put the ball back in the court.
She does a lot.
And so, to the spoils go to the aggressor, right? Yeah. So that's Townsend. So if Townsend is being aggressive and taking control of the match, I think she's got a good shot to win. If she's not fully on, there's going to be a lot of balls coming back to her.
Well, and I think the thing is that mindset on like a grass or hard court would be good, but we on clay. And that's the other thing about it is even if she is aggressive, she has to be really spot on to be able to get the ball past somebody like Cochereto, who is just really good at getting the ball back into play.
Yeah,
that match is going to be tough for Taylor. I can predict. And the fact that Taylor really hasn't been playing a lot of singles, like you said, that she's coming back from the concussion. So it's kind of like we don't really even know what type of form that she's going to be in. So I'm not expecting that much from her, but I am hoping that her and Siniakova are in the doubles since both of them are in the singles draw. I would pray that they're being doubles, and hopefully that is where they can get their confidence and get their run going.
Is Taylor? I guess I haven't been keeping track. Has she been playing mixed in the majors?
Well, last time I thought she played was at the U.S. Open with Donald Young. I don't know that she played mixed in Australia.
Okay, I know.
Yeah,
I have to look for that and see.
Yeah, because I'm not sure either. But
okay.
Yep, man.
So those are our popcorn matches.
That's popcorn.
Yeah. Hopefully some of them, live up to the billing, and I'm sure you guys will let us know if they don't.
Exactly. All right, Bryce. So which one of these, from a prediction standpoint, do you want to tackle first? The men or the women?
Let's go women since we went men first on the popcorn matches.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, I'll let you get it started, man. So, of course, folks, we always start kind of in the quarterfinal rounds where we give our predictions. We'll kind of share what we think will happen round of 16 going into the quarters, but then we'll progress and eventually tell you who we are predicting as our champion. So, Bryce, throw it to you.
So I'm going to tell you what I did this year, Isaac,
All
because
right.
on a number of these, the fourth round matchup wasn't the compelling one
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Th- my prediction getting through. And a
All right.
number of these, it was the third round matchup.
Right. I think I know where you're going, but yes.
So what I did this year is I'm going to tell you who I'm predicting to be in the quarters, but I'm going to tell you it may not always be the fourth round that is the challenge match I'm going to call out for them.
Got it. Gotcha.
So with the top half, excuse me, of the women's draw, I have Sabalenka. Ooh, surprise, surprise. Coming through to the quarters. But I have her challenge match as potentially Danielle Collins.
Whoa, really?
Yes. And that is because Danielle, for me, is one of those players that falls in the, depending upon what day you catch Danielle and how she's feeling about you and your camp and everything else that's going on, whether she had her, her vitamin D, I mean, whatever. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in the world of Danielle Collins, and we're big fans.
Yes.
But one thing we do know about Danielle Collins is she ain't scared of nobody.
Right.
And she has pulled a number of upsets in her career. So I think as long as Sabalenka gets through Danielle Collins, she makes it to the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Who I have her meeting in the quarterfinals, surprise, surprise, is Queenie. And I think Queenie's challenge match is going to be Peyton Stearns.
Okay. Yeah.
Peyton is playing real good ball right now. And is another one of these, ain't afraid of nobody. Shout out to the 513. She and has been playing really well on clay. Has had some really good wins. Once again, I expect for Queenie to win, but Peyton Stearns ain't afraid of nobody and will be there till the end. Moving next, you're not surprised at any of these picks.
No.
Paolini. He just showed out at the Italian Open in singles and doubles, just to remind people. I think her challenge match is going to be Svitolina.
Yes.
But I think her legs are going to be just a little fresher. Really, she's not. Paolini ain't no spring chicken herself. She's like 29.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but she ain't had no baby either. So there is, I do think that might help her, and of course she's got more firepower. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
You got two good forehands going against each other, so that's going to be fun. And then finally,
come on.
Look, I'm going with Iga. I think Iga is going to right the ship. I think her opportunity here is for Rybakina to potentially take out Ostapenko.
Correct.
Because if Ostapenko takes out Rybakina, I might be changing my prediction, considering Iga has never beaten Ostapenko. And when you say somebody ain't never beat somebody, they've played like twice, you're like, oh, okay.
6 times.
So
double pigeon.
Right. So it's really weird to me that quarter is more so dependent upon the Rybakina Ostapenko match.
I agree with that. I agree with that holistically. And honestly, Bryce, I'll just start there. I actually picked Ostapenko. I did.
I ain't mad at you.
Rybakina, yes, she is playing well this week. Now, she actually has a tough one as well. I forget who she has to play in order to potentially play Ostapenko. But Rybakina's road is not easy. She's got a tough one.
She's got Bencic.
Oh yeah, that's why I was. That's right, exactly. She got to play benches, get past her, and then
Mhm.
potentially end up playing Ostapenko and get past her just to play Iga. I don't know if Rybakina has that much in the tank right now, or she's on her game that well to be able to do that. And again, like you said, if Ostapenko and Iga meet, which is what I am predicting in the round of 16, Ostapenko is like, I don't care if I win this tournament or not, I'm still gonna beat you. So, with that being said, that's why I told you, Bryce, I think this is going to be a very interesting Roland Garros on the women's side because I
Yeah.
am not predicting Iga because I just feel like for her mind, it's her mind. It's her game is her game. Iga, we
Right.
know, is Miss Dominant Queen on the clay, but it's the mindset. I just don't feel like she has the confidence going into this year's Roland Garros to win it. I just
Mhm.
personally feel that way. So that's why for me, I actually am picking Ostapenko. The other three that you named, that's
Mhm.
who I have: Sabalenka, Queenie, Paolini, and Ostapenko are my quarterfinalists on the top half.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, man.
And I completely understand your rationale
Yeah, yeah.
on that.
But I won't be shocked again if Iga does get through. It's not, of course, it won't be a shock because she's won Roland Garros 9,000 times. So of course,
Right.
but
Exactly. Exactly. So start us off on the bottom.
all right, so bottom half, I actually have Eva in the quarters. I actually have her taking out, funny enough, Osaka. I actually think that Osaka will make it to the round of 16 because, like I said, I just feel like she's playing some good ball right
Mhm.
now, and she's finding that confidence. And I feel like if she has a good clay season and does something on the grass, then that's going to really lead to positive things on hard courts, which is
Right.
where I expect her to really deliver. So I'm picking Osaka to get to the round of 16, but I'm picking Andreeva to then take her out to get to the quarters.
Mhm.
I've got Pagula, her playing Pagula in the quarters. I have
Okay.
Pagula getting through weirdly enough, and I don't know why I picked her, but I did. I think she's going to end up playing Sakari. I just feel like Sakari somehow or another is going to find a good rhythm or what have you and make it to the round of 16. But then I think Pagula is going to set things right on the ship and be like, okay, goodbye. And so I have Pagula making it to the quarters. The next one is going to be fun. I have an All American round of 16, and I am picking Madison Keys to get
Mhm.
through it. I think that she's going to take out Emma Navarro to get to her quarterfinal. And the bottom half, I have golf. And this one really scares me, but I have golf playing Alexandrova in the round of 16. And Alexandrova is like Petra Martic. It's like, there go that girl. She there
Right.
again. And she
Right.
would, like Van de Zandschulp, she will take out your favorite player.
She will.
So I feel like Alexandrova is really going to give it to Coco. And that one to me is I'm kind of terrified match, but I'm still picking Coco to get through. So those are my four quarterfinalists. How about you, brother?
I'm actually very similar to
Okay.
you. I'll just add a different shade of color to this.
Yeah.
With Andreeva, I had over Osaka. I do agree with that. Uh, Actually, in the next one though, I have Andreeva meeting Mahova,
Oh,
and the reason being is with Mahova, when she shows up to a major, she shows up,
yeah.
and and, and honestly, unless she retires in a match, I expect you know, I expect to win, and I have her coming in over Pagula.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Gotcha.
I'm continuing the streak of picking Madison Keys. Um, if you know, you know. Um, and really, I said though, but I'm not sure. I had Azarenka could be a challenge.
Yeah.
Sophia Kenin could
Yeah.
be a challenge.
Yeah.
Navarro could be a challenge. So it would not surprise me if she lost to any one of those three.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Keys for now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I have Coco. Now, here's the thing. Copy and paste everything you said about Alexandrova, right? But I'm also going to throw Krejcikova in there because Krejcikova is like Mahova for me.
Yeah.
You may have thought that she was on that boat with Billy Ocean and Crystal Waters and Terrence Trent D'Arby, right? And then she shows up. Isn't she the reigning Wimbledon champion?
Yes, she is. Yep.
So I can't just like not keep an eye on her.
Well, the reigning Wimbledon champion as well as a former French Open Roland Garros champion as well. So she know how to play here.
in singles and doubles.
In singles and doubles. Yes, sir.
So I am picking Coco to come through, but either one of those could be a formidable challenge for her.
Yeah, Krejcikova always makes me nervous, especially going against golf, because again, her game is just so solid off of both wings. That one absolutely could be dangerous. So
Right.
we'll see what happens.
Now, going into the semifinals,
Yes.
this is where I get a little spicy.
All right, who you got?
I have, first of all, Quinny, because I think she's like, I done figured something out now. That's not Blanca. I done figured it out. we gonna wash, rinse, and repeat on this one.
All right, go ahead, Bryce.
So I have Queenie taking out Sabalenka.
Okay.
I have Iga taking out Paolini.
Okay.
And then at the bottom, I have Andreeva taking out Mahova, saying, okay, that's enough out of you. And I have Coco taking out Madison Keys.
Wow. Okay. I think this one might be the first time that you and I have ever been like this different in our semifinal battle.
And I'm probably wrong.
No, I don't know. Because again, that's why I said this women's draw. I think it's when the Iga thing is just, I think, going to make it really interesting. So I actually am flipped that. I actually think the Sabalenka is going to be like, nah, sis, you might have figured one little thing out, but this is a different story. We up in a Grand Slam and you ain't trying, and I ain't won this thing yet. Sis, you better go sit down. So I actually have, I feel like Sabalenka will right the ship and come in over Queenie. Because I did not pick Iga to get to the quarters, I picked Ostapenko. I actually have Paolini then beating Ostapenko to make it to the semis because, like I said, Ostapenko's only goal is to beat Iga. I think once she does that, then she's going to be like, ooh, okay, my record is safe. I'm 7-0 against her. Paolini, have your way. And I actually have Sabalenka against Paolini. On the bottom half, yes, I have Andreeva. I actually, of course, have her going in over Pegula, whereas you had Mahova. And I know.
Don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it.
My gut is telling me that Madison Keys is going to take out Coco.
No.
I don't know why. But if those two meet up in the quarters, I think Madison Keys is, I think, like you said, I think she's done unlocked something mentally. And I honestly feel like she will be like, Coco, you and that forehand, I'm going to have a field day with you. And I don't know. I just feel like that would happen. So yeah, I said Keys.
Okay. Well, now give me your finalist and your champion.
Okay. Well, again, I know our girl Paolini has had her, the finals and she's playing well. I just feel like Sabalenka will be like, nah, sis, you got to go sit down too. So I have Sabalenka making it to the final, and I actually have her playing Andreeva because I feel like Keys will take out golf, but then I think Andreeva will be like, oh, thank you for doing that for me. Now I'm gonna get up on you. And I feel like our little young 17, 18-year-old, however how old she is, will make her first Grand Slam final. So that's who I have. Who do you have, brother?
Okay. I have Swiatek taking out Queenie.
Okay.
There's still hate over the Olympics, so she's not gonna let that go. That's hey, and think about it. It's gonna be a replay. They're at Roland Garros.
So, that's true.
So I have Swiatek getting through there, and then I have Coco taking out Andreeva in the semifinals. Okay. She's like, you young, but you a little too young. But in the finals, I have Coco winning over Iga.
Really?
I have Coco finally winning her first Roland Garros.
All right. For me, of course, my matchup is Sabalenka versus Andreeva. I have Sabalenka winning her first Roland Garros.
Gotcha.
So we both have new champions winning it. So that's fun.
Yes. That would be interesting to watch. And you're right. We're usually not that
far apart. Yeah.
I blame it on the sickness.
No, bro. Quietly, bro. Yours is more, in my opinion, definitely more logical based on, just again, Iga with her history, Coco on her form and what she's done on clay. My Sabalenka Andreeva, again, that's what's so crazy about the women's side, man. It can
Yeah,
go any direction. And it'll
right.
be very interesting to see where it does go. So y'all tell us what you think.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All
So,
right.
Isaac, get us
Yes.
going. Top
All
half
right.
of the men.
Okay. Top half of the men. Okay. Oh God. I forgot I went out here like this. Oh, okay. Y'all can come at me just strong. I'm gonna tell you right now. Who I have coming through at the top of the half of the men.
Mhm.
I have Arthur Feast.
I knew you did. I knew you did.
Because I'm crazy like that, right? I'm crazy. I think Arthur Feast is going to take out Yannick Sinner in the round of 16. I really do. I don't know why. I just feel like he's going to be in France. He's going to be in front of the Parisian crowd. I feel like they are going to give him the right type of energy to get through that matchup and make it to the quarters. Whatever. I have him facing actually Alex de Minaur. But I have Alex taking out Monfils in the round of 16 to get to the quarterfinal. Because, like I said, Demon ain't scared to know Monfils to the parishioners. He's just like, listen, I'm just trying to do my job here. So
Right.
y'all can boo all you want. I'm still going to do my job. And so I have him playing or making it through the quarters. I have Zverev making it over Cerundolo, and I have Djokovic making it over Medvedev. So those are my logical picks, but the other two are just whatever. So anyway, passing it to you, Bryce. Who you guys are your top?
Well, I'm going to pick it up from your logical picks because
Okay.
we share logic.
Okay.
I have Djokovic coming through over Medvedev.
Yeah.
I just don't really see much derailing that meeting.
Yeah.
Between them two.
Yeah.
I see Zverev with Cerundolo, exactly like you stated. Now we have a few differences. I actually have Draper making it over De Minaur.
Mm-hmm.
I think Draper has been one of the best players on clay this season, and he ready to go. And once again, to the aggressor goes the spoils, and he has learned how to play a very aggressive game on clay. And I'm picking him over De Minaur.
Yeah.
But then I have Sinner over Feast because I feel like Yannick's gonna be like, we ain't do all this doping just to lose to you. So,
I know that's right. He's like, we did not go through all of that to be trying to lose to you. No.
Right. So,
I like that.
Once again, and of course, I jest before you guys say kind of. So this is another one of those situations where I feel Feast may be in best of three.
Yeah.
I think it's a much bigger task for him. That Sinner doesn't lock in enough to win over 5.
Yeah. I can't. Like I said, that was more of a heart versus logical pick, But we'll see. I don't know. That crowd can be very interesting, especially in Paris. Ugh. Anyway.
Right. So,
okay. What about your bottom half, bro?
For the bottom, I have Musetti over Runa. I'm just guessing Runa's going to get through maybe, but maybe not actually. But Musetti, it doesn't matter because Musetti to me is the hot one in that section. Right. He's going to beat whoever it is. And, I'm just going to say it's Runa, but it really doesn't matter.
Right.
I then have Taylor Fritz making it over Jensen Brooksby. Because Brooksby's got Americans in his path. He's got Korda, he's got Tiafoe. Look, he's looking at this draw like
right.
And quietly, Fritz better
make sure his game is right, huh?
Because Brooksby beat them the last time they played.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be that guy that put Brooksby in the quarterfinals, but so then next I have Casper Ruud coming in over Tommy Paul.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
going to be like the best of the matchups there.
Yes. Yes.
And then I have Alcaraz coming in over Tsitsipas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, brother, we have what is this? 7 of the 8 round of
Oh,
16 people that were the same.
okay.
And relatively close quarterfinals as well. So I do have Musetti coming in over Runa.
Mm-hmm.
I have Fritz, but I actually do have him coming in over Quarter. I just don't know where Jensen is quite yet. Because, yes, he did win in Houston on that clay court, but I haven't really seen much of him of late. So I don't know what's going on, if he's playing qualies or what. So I just didn't know what form he would be in, but I 100% agree with you. The fact that he sees Americans, he will get up for all of that. He'll be, yes, y'all USTA MFs, bring that. Come here. And if y'all don't know the story about Jensen Brookby and the USTA, go look it up. He did not give much love. So him and the Americans, no, he's always looking to step on some Americans. So
Right.
with that being said, I do have Fritz, though, making it over Korda to the quarter. So we have that one the same. Same round of 16 matchup, but I'm going with Tommy Paul. I don't know why, but I just feel like Tommy Paul is in a really, really good headspace. And true enough, on clay, Casper has the better game, but I just feel like Tommy just is in a mental space where he's like, yeah, I'm going to get this victory today. So I'm actually putting some coins on Tommy Paul to make it.
And weren't you the one who said you were going to start giving Rude his flowers?
I did. I did.
And
I
now
said
you're snatching them back.
Snatching them back, Rude. So prove me wrong. Prove me wrong so that I can come back here on the mid fortnight and be like, ooh, I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But right now I'm doing it.
Right.
So Casper, sorry, but yes, we're going with Tommy Paul. And like you said, Alcaraz over Tsitsipas. I just feel like Carlos is, and I don't know if you know this or not, Bryce, but he put out a Netflix special. It has 3 episodes called My Way. Yep. I watched that. It was very good, and it was very telling. I hate that I don't speak Spanish, so I had to read the subtitles, which took away from me enjoying it. But at the same time, I really learned a lot about Carlos, and I just never knew that he was so like on the borderline of tennis being this potential obligation versus it being fun. Because you always put him in the whole big 3 category. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more challenging for him, but not to get totally off the subject. But I feel like if Carlos is coming in with the right mindset, he's going to get, So anyway, that's that.
All right.
So where do we go? Okay. So do you start or do I start semis?
You.
Okay. So y'all are just going to be like, Isaac, you are so foolish. I'm picking Arthur Fils to take out Alex de Minaur. If you're going to go in, why not go all the way in, folks? I mean, don't play around with it. Just go and get in there.
Right.
So I'm picking Arthur Fils to get to the semifinals. And get this, y'all. I actually am picking Zverev to take out Djokovic to make it to the semifinals. So that's my top. Oh, should I do all 4?
Yeah.
Okay. And on the bottom half, I have Musetti taking out Fritz, and I have Alcaraz taking out Tommy Paul.
Oh, we're actually very similar. So I'm starting from the bottom.
Okay.
I have Alcaraz taking out Rude to make it to the semis. I have Musetti taking out Fritz. I have Zverev taking out Djokovic.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But up top, I have Draper taking out Sinner.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So then I have Draper over Zverev.
Okay.
And I have Alcaraz over Musetti.
But you and I actually are on a very similar path. We're just on a different path. I mean, on the same path with different people. Right. I actually have Arthur Fils taking out Zverev.
Of course you do.
Make his first Roland Garros finals, of course.
Right.
And then, of course, I have Alcaraz taking out Musetti. Again, the more logical brain on that side.
Okay. So here's the $1 million question. How far does this fandom go?
Get over that far. All right. Let me just tell y'all, it don't go that far. And I'm pretty sure that's the same account on your side as well. Listen.
Right.
Come on now. We ain't no fools.
No. Alcaraz, especially how he showed out at the Italian Open.
Woo.
He was like, just in case y'all forgot.
Just in case you forgot.
Don't let the headlines fool you.
See, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Won 2 of the 1000s on clay.
Yeah.
Coming into Roland Garros.
Right.
Made a semi. Don't no.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to mess around with Carlos Alcaraz is like, listen, y'all, I'm not the one to be played with right now. I took out Sinner just this last week. I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of y'all. Bring whatever you got. Bring your luggage. Bring your baggage. Bring your mama. It don't even matter.
It really don't.
It don't matter.
It really don't. And I'm telling you what, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, they were talking about, well, Alcaraz didn't win XYZ tournament or whatever. I said, let me tell you something about the sport of tennis. The only thing they remember are the majors. Alcaraz could not win another non-major title in the rest of his life, and he keeps winning these majors. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that's going to matter. Even being number one doesn't really matter like that.
Because he's gotten it already. He's been there.
Right.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. So Alcaraz is showing up for the majors. And apparently the 1000s too lately. But yeah, I told this person, I said, when Alcaraz is playing his game, he is the best on the planet.
Correct.
And we keep saying it. He has a gear that he can go to that none of the rest of them can. Mm-hmm. And it's really kind of almost up to him.
Yeah.
And exactly. So if he's in a good headspace, and he's got to be coming into Roland Garros.
How could you not?
His lead-up results, right? Spending that good Netflix money. I just fully expect for him to win. I mean, we can watch all the other matches, just for, enjoyment. But
exactly.
Where we kind of are uncertain about where the women's side is going to end up, I don't feel that at all on the men's side.
None whatsoever. It would be an absolute shock to me if Carlos Alcaraz did not win the Roland Garros this year. It'd be absolutely shocked. It really would be. Right. Like I said, just echoing everything you said, Bryce. He is the hot one. He is the one on form. He's coming in. Like I said, I think he will be in an outstanding headspace. Mm-hmm. Nah. It's his to lose. I tell you that.
I'm gonna throw a little extra commentary here.
Yeah.
I think that suspension for Sinner hurt his momentum.
Yeah,
he was in a spot where he was kind of getting with Alcaraz, right? Now, granted, Alcaraz is still kind of beating him the last, number of times they play, but you were feeling like it was becoming more of, okay, Alcaraz. I think some of that momentum is gone. It may come back, but I think right now, Alcaraz, when he matches up with Sinner, especially in a major, like you said, I don't think he's worried. He knows it's going to be a tougher match. But correct. I think he knows he's still going to win.
But he thinks exactly, Bryce. And I think that holds true on grass as well. I don't see his run stopping at all until we get to hard courts. I think that's when Sinner's confidence will really be at its peak. And that to me is then where Alcaraz is going to have to figure out, again, how do I really, and not that he, like I said, not that will be a challenge for him because he's great on all surfaces. But I do think that hard courts will be the one where he and Sinner really will be mano y mano. I think right now on clay, Alcaraz ain't scared of no Sinner. He's like, boy, go sit down.
Go get a massage.
Telling you right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, exactly.
So, anyway.
There we go.
Yeah,
we have done some talking on this one, brother. Woo.
It's good. I'm excited.
It's good.
I'm looking forward to it,
Ditto. Yes, sir.
So with that being said, I know we've run a little long, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. We will be back next week for our regular mid-fortnight review show. We will live up to and brag about the calls we made that came true, and we will hang our heads in shame on the ones that we missed. But either way, we will live up to it on the mid-fortnight show, and we'll reassess how we're looking for the second week.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun, you guys. Tune in. Once again, I think it's on the TNT network, so watch as much as you can. I know some of y'all are, y'all working and everything, but you could always pull it up on your phone.
Oh, and remember, we have some new commentators now. So we got Andre Agassi out there doing this thing. Y'all were talking about whether Sloane and Venus were going to be at Roland Garros. Well, apparently they will be. They will. We just won't be on the court. But this will be our first time hearing Venus in a commentating type of capacity. So I'm excited to hear, how she sounds like. And we know, we joke about Sloane on the court sometimes, but we know in the booth she's really, really good. So excited to hear her as well.
Absolutely, bro. It's going to be so good all around. Going to be good. Yes.
So, well, with that, everyone, enjoy the first week of the tournament. We'll be back at you next week. And on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy, Bryce.
And this is your boy, Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone, be well.